Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm Valsa Williams with the midday news. The headlines. India awaits return of Indian Air Force Wing Commander Abhinandan from Pakistan's custody. Fight against terrorism is not against any religion, says External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj while addressing plenary session of OIC Foreign Ministers meet in Abu Dhabi. Terrorist organization Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Maulana Masood Azhar is in Pakistan amidst Pak Foreign Minister Shah Qureshi. US asks Pakistan to abide by UNSC commitments to deny safe havens to terrorists. And rating agency Moody's projects India's growth rate at 7.3% in 2019-20. India awaits the return of Indian Air Force Wing Commander Abhinandan from Pakistan's custody. In a joint briefing with officials of the Army and Navy last evening in New Delhi, Air Vice Marshal R.G.K. Kapoor said IAF has learnt that Pakistan had announced that Wing Commander Abhinandan will be returned to India today. He said IAF is happy and looking forward to it.
IAF has learned that Pakistan has announced that Wing Commander Abhinandan will be returned to India. IAF is happy and looks forward to return of Wing Commander Abhinandan.
Our correspondent quoting official sources reports that Wing Commander Abhinandan is expected to arrive at Attari-Wagah border this evening at the time of the retreat ceremony. The officers of Indian Air Force, BSF and Civil Administration will receive Abhinandan at the border. Large number of people from all walks of life have reached the Attari-Wagah border to give a warm welcome to the officer. Pakistan Foreign Minister Shah Qureshi has admitted that terrorist group Jaish-e-Mohammed JEM chief Masood Azhar is in Pakistan and is unwell. Masood Azhar is the chief of the JEM that claimed responsibility for the Pulwama attack, in which 40 CRPF personnel were martyred. India had handed over a dossier to Pakistan on Wednesday with specific details of JEM's complicity in the Pulwama terror attack and the presence of JEM terror camps and its leadership in Pakistan. India had also expressed regret at continuing denial by Pakistan's political and military leadership of the presence of terrorist infrastructure in territories under its control. Till now, Pakistan has taken no concrete actions to dismantle the infrastructure of terrorism on its soil. JEM, which is proscribed by the UN, has been responsible for a series of terrorist attacks, including on the Indian Parliament in December 2001 and the Pathankot Air Base in January 2016. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj has said that the fight against terrorism is not a confrontation against any religion. Addressing the inaugural plenary of the Foreign Ministers meet of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, in Abu Dhabi today, Ms. Swaraj said every religion in the world stands for peace, compassion and brotherhood.
Terrorism and extremism bear different names and labels. It uses diverse causes, but in each case it is driven by distortion of religion and a misguided belief in its power to succeed. The fight against terrorism is not a confrontation against any religion. It cannot be.
Ms. Swaraj also said she carries the greetings of 1.3 billion Indians, including more than 185 million Muslim brothers and sisters, adding that India's Muslim brothers and sisters are a microcosm of the diversity of India itself.
Our Muslim brothers and sisters are a microcosm of the diversity of India. They speak Tamil and Telugu, Malayalam and Marathi, Bangla and Bhojpuri, and any of the numerous languages of India. They have diverse culinary tastes, myriad choices of traditional attire, and they maintain strong cultural and linguistic heritage of the regions they love and they have lived for generations.
This is for the first time that India has been invited to an OIC meeting as a guest of honor. The US has reaffirmed its demand that Pakistan abide by its UN Security Council commitments to deny safe havens to terrorists and block their access to funds. The US welcomed Islamabad's decision to release the captured Indian Air Force pilot. This is All India Radio giving you the news.
वो तो नहीं सकता छोटे पर हुआ तो है ना भाई साहब एक बार सूरज पश्चिम से निकल सकता है, मगर आर्थिक आधार पर आरक्षण इस देश में मिलना नामुमकिन है।
भाई साहब, मुमकिन है, वरना कभी इस देश के संविधान में ऐसा सुधार हुआ था कि किसी का आरक्षण हटाए बिना बाकी गरीबों को 10% मिले? हाँ?
नहीं तो
यही तो
मतलब अब गरीबों की जीत भी मुमकिन है।
सही कहा भाई साहब। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने नामुमकिन में से ना हटा दिया है, तभी तो नामुमकिन अब मुमकिन है।
पापा, हमारा पक्का घर बन जाने पर नया सामान लोगे ना?
क्या चाहिए हमारी बेटी रानी को?
मेरे लिए एक स्टडी टेबल, चेयर और किताबें रखने के लिए एक अलमारी।
हाँ, हमारी बेटी पढ़ लिख कर बड़ी अफसर बनेगी।
क्यों रानी को झूठे सपने दिखा रहे हो?
अरे ये सच है। प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना शहरी स्कीम के अंतर्गत अब हमारे पक्के घर का अधूरा सपना होगा पूरा।
सच?
जी हाँ, अधिक जानकारी के लिए अपने स्थानीय शहरी निकाय से संपर्क करें।
हाउसिंग फॉर ऑल, सबके लिए घर, ये हमारा सपना भी है और संकल्प भी है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch 5 national highways projects worth around 3,000 crore rupees in Kanyakumari, Tamil Nadu today. The Prime Minister will dedicate to the nation 1,477 crore rupees worth of completed road projects. Mr. Modi will also lay the foundation stones for new projects worth 1,518 crore rupees. Besides, he will also kickstart works for 2 new rail projects worth 458 crore rupees. Multi-tier security arrangements have been made in and around Kanyakumari in view of the Prime Minister's visit. More from our correspondent.
The highlight of the services he launches today includes India's second hi-fi Tejas train between Madurai and Chennai Egmore. He will lay foundation stones for restoring rail link Rameswaram to Dhanushkodi in Pamban Island that was destroyed during the infamous 1964 cyclone. The project, once completed, will reinvigorate tourism in the pilgrimage town. The existing 104-year-old Pamban cantilever bridge linking Rameswaram will be replaced with a modern double-lane structure for which Mr. Moody will lay the foundation stone. He will also dedicate a couple of completed road projects and inaugurate works for a few more to decongest heavy traffic. Jai Singh, AR News at Kanyakumari.
The Prime Minister will also visit Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh this evening. He will address a public meeting, Praja Chaitanya Sabha, at the railway grounds. The Union Cabinet has approved the Constitution application to Jammu and Kashmir Amendment Order 2019. Briefing media after the Cabinet meeting, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said it will serve the purpose of application of relevant provision of the Constitution as amended through the Constitution's 77th Amendment Act 2019 for Jammu and Kashmir by issuing the Constitution Amendment Order.
Provisions with regard to reservations of SC, ST, OBC, which were brought in 1993 by the 97th Amendment, have not been made applicable to the state till today. So with the consent of the Governor, the same has been made applicable by amending the 1954 Constitutional Order. Similarly, the 10% reservation meant for economically weaker sections, which was the Constitution Amendment passed recently, has also been made applicable to the state.
The Cabinet has approved the Jammu and Kashmir Reservation Amendment Ordinance 2019. Mr. Jaitley said the ordinance provides for amendment in the Jammu and Kashmir Reservation Act 2004.
The reservation for certain areas which conventionally people have lived a disturbed life because they are on the national borders or the line of control. Under the 2004 Jammu and Kashmir Reservation Act, that reservation existed only for those living next to the line of control. The same criteria will now apply and be applicable to those living next to the international border.
The Union Cabinet also approved setting up of a railway zone at Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh and a new division with headquarters at Raigada in Odisha by reorganizing the existing South Central Railway and East Coast Railway. It also approved Agra and Kanpur metro rail projects. The Cabinet has approved the implementation of master plan to convert AIIMS New Delhi into a world-class medical university. The US-based rating agency Moody's has said the Indian economy is expected to grow at 7.3% in 2019-20. In its quarterly global macro outlook for 2019 and 2020 released today, the agency said the country is less exposed to a slowdown in global manufacturing trade growth than other major Asian economies and emerging markets and is poised to grow at a relatively stable pace in the next 2 years. Moody said the announcement in the interim budget 2019-20 on direct cash transfer program for farmers and the middle-class tax relief measures will contribute a fiscal stimulus of about 0.45% of GDP. You are listening to Midday News on All India Radio.
स्कूल की जब हुई छुट्टी हम बच्चों ने ये बीड़ा उठाया, आने वाले चुनाव का हर पहलू एक नाटक के जरिए समझाया। हर नागरिक जो जनवरी 1 तक पूरा करेगा 18 साल वो करवाए अपना रजिस्ट्रेशन हर हाल, और हर योग्य मतदाता को चेक करना है वोटर लिस्ट में अपना नाम, क्योंकि वही मतदाता वोट देकर आएंगे जो अपना नाम वोटर लिस्ट में पाएंगे। तो समय रहते पंजीकरण करना और वोटर लिस्ट में अपना नाम चेक करना भूले ना। इस महात्योहार एक भी वोटर छूटे ना।
Verify or register on nbsc.in or call Voter Helpline 1950. भारत निर्वाचन आयोग द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
Welcome back. BJP President Amit Shah has said that India under the Narendra Modi government has sent out a strong message to Pakistan. Addressing a conclave in New Delhi today, Mr. Shah said after the airstrikes, those supporting terrorism across the border now know that a response will come from the Indian side. He said Pakistan as a terror backer has been exposed. Mr. Shah said the Pakistani Prime Minister should have criticized the Pulwama terror attack, and it is up to Pakistan to decide where the relations would go.
पूरी दुनिया में पाकिस्तान अलग थलग पड़ा है। मैं मानता हूं ये भारत की बहुत बड़ी कूटनीतिक विजय है और कम से कम समय में हमारे अभिनंदन को वापस लाने का अगर स्थिति हम पैदा कर सकते हैं तो मैं मानता हूं ये हमारी डिप्लोमेसी की विजय है।
Replying to queries on the general elections, Mr. Shah said BJP will fight the 2019 elections over various issues. He said BJP will perform even better in the 2019 general elections than it did in 2014. In Hyderabad, Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh said Prime Minister Narendra Modi took a tough decision to eliminate terrorism and to this effect initiated airstrikes on terror camps in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Speaking at the inaugural function of office and residential complex of National Investigation Agency in Hyderabad today, the Home Minister said the entire world supported the country's action against terrorism. He said it is a matter of pride that India has been invited to an Organization of Islamic Cooperation meeting in Abu Dhabi as a guest of honor. He called upon the NIA officials to increase the conviction rate from 92% to 100%. The Enforcement Directorate ED is conducting searches at the premises of former ICICI Bank CEO Chanda Kochar and Managing Director of the Videocon Group Venugopal Dhoot in the ICICI Bank Videocon loan case. The case is related to alleged corruption in clearing loans worth 1,875 crore rupees to the Videocon Group. Last month, ED had registered a criminal case of money laundering against Kochar, her husband Deepak Venugopal Dhoot and others. At the stock markets, the Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange gained 114 points to trade at 35,981 a short while ago. The Nifty at the National Stock Exchange rose 34 points to 10,827. At the Forex market, the rupee depreciated 14 paise against the dollar to 70 rupees 86 paise in intraday deals. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. India awaits return of Indian Air Force Wing Commander Abhinandan from Pakistan's custody. Fight against terrorism is not against any religion, says External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj while addressing plenary session of OIC Foreign Ministers meet in Abu Dhabi. Terrorist organization Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Maulana Masood Azhar is in Pakistan, admits Pak Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi. US asks Pakistan to abide by UNSC commitments to deny safe havens to terrorists. And rating agency Moody's projects India's growth rate at 7.3% in 2019-20. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.nic.in. With that, we end the midday news.